we too, as a Rutherford 912 group, must take on a different form in 2010. This year has been about education. I mean, myself, as a perfect example, I'd never been to a county commissioner meeting. I had no idea what goes on. I had no idea who the people were, how they voted. I knew nothing. This year's been a lot about education. You've seen a lot of people. We've brought people forward to talk about different things. Even tonight, Dave Judy is going to speak about hyperinflation and the history of Germany. But next year's going to have to be about action for all of us. We must be willing to take what we've learned and put feet to it. I'm going to be sending out more frequent emails with actions on them and information and steps to take. In addition, Zoe is working on a new website for the Rutherford 912 that's going to make getting information easier for you. We're going to start that in January. It'll have places where you can actually click that goes right to the senator's office, right to know who you have to call, who you have to write to. And we must back conservative candidates. We must use our time, our energy, and our finances to put people in place that agree with our principles and values. I don't care what political party they're with. If they're conservative, and if they fight for the truth and for the right things, we'll back them. We must host and or promote fundraisers for conservative candidates. This year's going to be rough. Financially, people are in tight spots. It takes money to run for office. In our January meeting, we're going to have Mike Dalton's going to come, and he's going to speak about what it takes to run for office. We must stand on street corners and hand out the signed 912 pledges that we've worked on. Many of you are new tonight, but we've been working, and we've done a candidate pledge for Rutherford 912. These are things that we voted on. Here's a group that we believe were the most important things for Rutherford County, that we want the candidates that are going to run for commissioner to say, you know what, I believe in that. Those are the things I'm going to fight for. Okay, this is just a rough draft, so that we're working on. We must make phone calls. We must be willing to write more letters to the editor or speak at commissioner meetings. These are hard. These are hard. I mean, I tell you, I spoke at the last commissioners meeting, and they actually called me out afterwards. And they even said that from now on, they're going to speak after we speak so that they can rebut anything we say. But we don't have the right to say anything after they do. So this is difficult stuff. We have to sit there quietly. And I'm a chicken. Can you put that picture back on? No, it's kidding. We must stretch, even more than we already have, out of our comfort zones. It is going to be difficult, but we can do it. We must do it. You know, tonight, when we look at this Rutherford pledge, we have a couple of people within the group, within the 912 group, that are interested in running for different elections. They're unofficially talking about running. Julius Owens, who's at a Christmas party with his wife tonight, you'll remember him. He spoke about the airport authority, and he is unofficially going to commit to run against Brent Washburn. That's going to be a difficult seat to unsit. Brent has been there for a while now. He has name recognition with the fact that he's a prominent real estate agent. And then also, most of you know Bill Eckler in the back. He's the one that goes over the commissioner meeting agendas with us. He's one of the ones that's been fighting for a while here. Bill ran once in the past against Paul McIntosh, and he's willing to either be an advisor and very involved with anyone interested in running in District 1, or possibly again running for that seat. And if we can't encourage someone to run in District 1, that's hard, run in District 1, then Bill is open again to running himself. And if there's enough support from our group, we're going to have to support people. We're going to have to come out. I mean, I've never supported a candidate other than voting for him. That's been about it. But Bill's at the meeting tonight, and he's more than willing to talk to anybody afterwards. He's talked about the pledge and his willingness to sign, as has Julius. But we need to start finalizing names for next year and be prepared, not only locally, but statewide and nationally. This is going to be a tough year, and we have to prepare for it. But we can do it. There's such a momentum now. We're so strong now. But we can't give up. We can't give up. And another thing is I'm working on. These are things for next year, but I've put together a map of Rutherford County with different areas highlighted in it. And what we're going to try to do is, when we have the candidates that we're going to back, we're going to have people sign up to host fundraisers in their home and meet and greets, because so much, especially in Rutherford County, is such a blessing to be here. In Miami, where I'm from, you would never even talk to a person that's going to be a commissioner. You don't have that ability. But here, so many people, I mean, you sit at the Green Hill store in those cool rocking chairs, and you can meet anybody. It's the coolest thing ever. But so we have that ability here. There's so much personality and personableness. I don't know if that's a word, but I just made it up. But we have such an ability here to become an active role in places that otherwise you can't do that. It's such a blessing and a responsibility that we need to grab by the horns.